Welcome to Nephilim Entertainment, everybody. What is up? We are going to discuss two episodes of the mid-season finale of Fear the Walking Dead. Alright, spoiler alerts. So if you have not watched this episode, you might want to, I guarantee you might want to watch it because some stuff went down. It's pretty epic. So come back. Let's watch this video together. Episode 7 of The Unveiling. Okay, so when we last left off, everybody was doing their own little thing. You had Maddie and Troy up at the ranch, I guess plotting. You had Jake and Alice go on this nice little field trip, I guess. Well, on the field trip, they decide they're gonna walk into the Indian camp. Well, Taka's there, and first thing off the bat, he throws a pig on the ground. Now, I'm covering this because to me it seemed like a little bit of a scare tactic. You got the mean old white man going to come into your camp, and what's the best way to do it? Oh, show him he's willing to slaughter anybody he needs to get something done. That was my interpretation of that. I don't know about y'all, but that's how I felt about it. Now, back at the camp, everything's all settled down a little bit, and Maddie and Nick are wondering where Alicia's at, and even Jeremiah's wondering where Jake's at. So that's when Nick comes up with the idea of, hey, how about if I join the militia? And would that be a new recruit under none other than Troy? Okay, so you're going to join on the same side as Troy. Well, this should be interesting. Well, Maddie wasn't too happy about it, and Nick actually cuts his hair. And I'm used to Nick with long flow. I mean, that's just short hair Nick. Not feeling it. Nah. Needs to grow back out. He needs to get that wild man look about him. All right. So parlay. Okay. When I heard that, I was thinking of Captain Jack Sparrow of Pirates of the Caribbean. Parlay. But apparently Jake is wanting to set up a sort of a white flag type session between Jeremiah and Taka and see how he can work these out. And it involves leaving two hostages, one on each side. And guess who the hostage is for the Indians? Ophelia. Now, for those who don't remember it, Ophelia was Daniel's daughter who went up missing when she was going to go try to find her fiance in, I think, Santa Fe. So she's been missing for almost a whole season, and we have no idea where she's been. And apparently, she's been playing with the Indians. So at least Ophelia's alive. That's good. Well, come back, and there's a nice little debate between what's going on. Jake wants to try to get this all nice and peaceful. Madison doesn't think that they're possible making peace, yada yada yada. You got them burning bodies on one side, and of course you got the sociopath Troy who killed the family in the last episode, which they're trying to hide this fact, but it seems that they're trying to work it out, and Jacob and Madison have come to blows for this. Well, back at the camp, Jake could have stayed, but instead he left his new girlfriend Alicia, and he was concerned about her because he's got feelings too. And in this, we find out that the Indians shot down the helicopter. Well, they thought that Jacob, Troy, and Jeremiah were on it. No, they found out later Travis was on it, and Alicia expresses her deep, 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 deep feelings and tells oh boy she hates him. I find that funny. I hate you. No other way to put it. No other way. But she just put it out there. I hate you. I hope you die, kind of thing. And it doesn't seem to phase him. Does not seem to phase him. Taka seems, be like, no, okay, if you hate me, go ahead. Now you at least know how I feel. Yeah, well, at least she comes back with a nice little witty. You don't tell me how I feel. And Taki, you never tell a woman how she feels. Never. Never tell a woman how she feels. She will tell you how she feels. You don't need to tell her. She will tell you. But yeah, you find out, and this is a key, nice little footnote in Taka. You find out about his relic collection. You also find out he likes to grave dig, which is kind of creepy. But you find out he likes to collect all kinds of cool little ancient artifacts involving his people, in which that'll actually come in a little bit later. But he discusses the sort of meaning behind the word apocalypse, and you find out it's an unveiling, and apparently you unveil the truth, which I would have to say is a nice title for this episode because you get to find out a lot of unveilings. Find out about people's true nature, you find out about people's past, and with that, you find out about what happened to Ophelia, but not until the next episode, and I'll cover that here in a little bit. But you have Ophelia and Jeremiah, and apparently these two have had words before, or they were kind of having this awkward sort of vibe, and Ophelia did act like she was not very comfortable in front of the old man. Well, there was a rescue attempt, and it cost the lives of 4 Indians whenever Madison and Troy decided to go after Alicia. And that didn't sit too well with Otaka, not at all. So he comes back with a vengeance, but he is a little bit more slick about it. And let's see, of course, there's just so much going on in this episode. I'm sorry, there's just so much. I mean, it's back and forth between a lot of characters. You got Jake and Troy having it out about the tactics about protecting the camp. You got Madison and Ophelia. You know, Madison's wondering what's up with Ophelia. Ophelia's showing a lot of strong loyalty towards the Indians, and then you got Nick, who's wanting to go on this sort of renegade kind of run. He claims he's suicide proof. He's wanting to get stuff done, and I applaud you, Nick. I applaud you so much, even though you have a bad new haircut. I still applaud you. I'm proud of you, man. But then, sorry, I have to write notes. Oh, see, you have Alicia. She started to figure things out too. That was the thing that got me. She was starting to figure out, something didn't add up about that family being killed. I mean, do we know it was the Indians? No. Of course, Madison's still trying to hide the fact, and that's never good when you hide stuff from your family. It was going to come back to bite you. Well, we think we got everything all squared away. Ophelia comes back. She's actually dumped off at the front gate. And we're thinking, okay, she got kicked out of the nice little club. Well, when she gets back, she's put in charge of cooking. Well, the guards start acting up. Start acting funny. No, they start throwing up, vomiting, and next thing you know, they end up dying and starting to kill each other and causing a massive walker outbreak that kills, like, I'd say probably anywhere between a dozen to 2 dozen of the people in the ranch. Well, find out that it was Ophelia that was betrayal. She ends up putting something into the recipe and causing people to get sick. She takes off running. Madison's on a trail, and then all of a sudden, the episode ends. Thank God it was a two-parter because if they would have left at that, I would have been cussing and screaming, possibly punching the TV, and I don't want to buy a new TV. But that wraps it up for this one. I want to sort of put a nice little break between the episodes, and right now, if you feel that you need to take a break so you can watch the second episode, feel free. But on this one, leave a comment. Was you surprised by Ophelia's betrayal? Was you surprised that she was so loyal to the Indians? I mean, what is up with that? I mean, that is a massive case of Stockholm Syndrome. It's massive. But anyway, that will do it up for episode 7, The Unveiling. Episode 8, The Children of Wrath. Okay, now, this is where everything starts coming to terms. Alright. You start off with a nice little flashback of Ophelia wandering in the desert, and this is where we left her off, She wandered to the desert, she's trying to find a shelter, and then next thing you know, you hear a guy go, give me that. And kind of find out it was Jeremiah. Jeremiah came across her out in the desert. And you're thinking, well, dude, why didn't you take her back to the ranch? Well, kind of find out the old man is a racist. Brown people, really? Brown people? And during an apocalypse? And I love, and I've tried to avoid this in my videos, simply to keep it basic. But Rick Grimes in the Walking Dead original told people, first episode, there ain't no dark, or second episode, I'm sorry, second episode, there ain't no dark meat, or there ain't no whites or blacks, it's dark and white meat. That to me, during the zombie apocalypse, I don't, and even now, I'm not racist, but I mean, even during the zombie apocalypse, do you really can't afford to be racist? Zombies don't seem to be racist. I'm just saying. But no, Jeremiah apparently is a racist old fool. So that's why we find out he doesn't go back and take Ophelia with him. And probably why he doesn't even remember who she is for the most part, because she was just another brown girl to him. Well, as she's wandering through the desert, she ends up having illusions of her papa. Daniel starts showing up in the desert, telling her to stay awake, and I I mean, the illusions were spot on. Stay awake, don't pass out. You gotta keep fighting. And she wants to bury herself on the ground, and Papa's telling her no. I mean, at some point, the illusions start screaming at her, which, when your voices start screaming at you, is that really a good thing? No, but she passes out in the desert, and apparently that's when Taka comes to save her. Okay. And he was really sweet to her. You know, he puts her in a nice, cool bath, lets her soak, cool off, and he immediately, brings her food and tells her to rest. And then you find out that it's not Stockholm Syndrome. I thought it was Stockholm Syndrome. I'm serious. The way she kept on, showing loyalty, I thought maybe she was so, like, trapped with these people that she started, being sort of their little puppet. But no, she showed legit loyalty. I think mainly towards Taka. I don't think it's necessarily near the nation. It was more towards Taka himself. But he was, and he was a knight on a horse. I just realized that he was her shining knight on a horse. Oh man, that works out so great, don't you think? All right. Seriousness. When have I ever been serious? Never mind. Let's see. Well, Maddie ends up chasing her down anyway. You fast forward back, she chases her down, starts beating the hell out of her. I mean, straight up starts beating the hell out of her, snatches her up, throws her in a van, takes her all the way back to the Indian Nation, and meanwhile people at the ranch are throwing up, vomiting everywhere, and we're thinking, oh, Nikki boy, because when we left the last episode, I forgot to cover this. Nikki starts throwing up, and then you fast forward, and he's laying on a hospital bed with an IV drip, and I'm starting to get flashbacks on that. Doesn't that bring you back to episode 1? I mean, seriously, that was pretty much almost the same state he was in episode 1, so it's nice to go back and go back to the oldies. But Madison runs up in the middle of the camp with nothing more than a hand pistol or a handgun pistol in Ophelia's face, demands to see Taka, takes Ophelia in the diner with a gun to Ophelia's head, and tells him, "You gonna tell me what you poison people with, or we're all gonna die." Ooh, girl. And I love what Taka said. Says she had more balls than any other guy, including Jeremiah and his family. And I love that, because that is pretty much straight to the point. I mean, there ain't no way, girl. You do got some sets on you. And you find out it's anthrax. Anthrax. Anybody want to call back to the stuff we dealt with years ago in the mail, and now all of a sudden now it's used as a kill tactic on the Fear of the Walking Dead? I mean, whew. And to see what that did to people, yeah, wow. Urgh. Doc is a devious man. He's very sinister too, but with all that said and done, then we end up popping in on our boy Strand. And Strand, he's, wandering around, and apparently he's, adapted sort of to the traveler facade, and he's even carrying a weapon now and got himself all covered up in masks. He's got a massive survival instinct, I will give him that. And then he finds his old girl Abigail, the boat. Abigail the boat, and he cleans house, and he relaxes and chills and has him a bottle of champagne. Well, And this is one of those episodes where it jumps back and forth because then you jump back to the ranch and apparently there's a massive grave growing because of all the anthrax deaths. Nick survives though. Nick survives, and while he survives, you got Ophelia back at the camp. She made her way back, and now she's reliving the whole thing with Taka, and I'm sensing a lot of romance here, people. A lot of romance. You know, especially the way he gently touches her face. Yeah, old dude's got a crush on Ophelia. Ain't gonna lie. He's got a crush. I see those two shipping. I'm shipping them. Shipping them first. Taka and Ophelia, hands down. I see it happening. I called Alicia and Jake, and I see it happening, which I also called Troy Madison, but I think it did. But, you know, you got Manny and Troy going after another, you know, Black Ops mission. And instead of this time, they're still in the relics. And they steal the relics. Why? Bargaining chip. Bargaining chip for a man. You're gonna take a man, take away a man's most prized possession, use it as a bargaining chip. How low will you go, Madison? How low? We'll find out here in a minute. But see, you have that, and then you have Nick back at the ranch, and after all this that's going on, he decides to do a little digging. He does a little digging, and you find out about Jeremiah's past. Not only is he a racist old fool, but he is willing to kill pre-zombie apocalypse to get what he wants. First of all, he kills some Indians coming onto his land, stealing his cattle. We'll kind of find out one of the people he killed was Taka's uncle. Well, the grave that Nick found wasn't the uncle; it was the daddy, Taka's daddy. And apparently, he came looking for find out about what happened to his brother. Jeremiah shot him and buried him underneath the house. Yeah, you're starting to see a different. I mean, really, honestly, this is the kind of stuff you should have been in the past episode because that was called Unveiling, and this one, Children of Wrath. I like the Unveiling a little bit more, but I didn't name the episodes. Sorry, people, I didn't name them. But then you find out about Jeremiah's past, and he's just a violent old man. I mean, first he was an alcoholic who was mean to his wife, scared his kids, and now you find out he murdered people. I mean, really, I mean, Jeremiah is not this savior that he's paying himself out to be. In fact, he is the complete opposite. He's more of an anarchist, if you think about it. Instead of getting peace, he's wanting to be a stubborn old man and have his way. And that's not going to bode well, especially with Madison creeping around the corner. But then, find out about, find out that, you know, Madison's, you know, she reveals the truth about Troy to Alicia and doesn't go so well. Then you have Taka who doesn't care about his relics. So start to find out that people aren't living up to what you think they are. You got Madison who is willing to do anything for her family, even post-apocalyptic times. You got Taka who's willing to give up what he values the most just so he can get justice and satisfaction. And then you bounce between that and you got Strand here who apparently comes across a nice little combo, Pachenko or some Russian guy apparently up in a spaceship. And he tells Strand not to worry. Tells him not to worry that the world isn't dead. He's just going to live it out. So what's Strand do? He has himself a nice Viking funeral. Burns up Abigail in the water and takes off on foot with his post-apocalyptic outfit. I gotta applaud you, man. Great job. You got yourself a nice little head wrap. Got your backpack. Got your weapon. Let's go. Let's do this. Yeah. Let's do this, man. Well, and sorry to get off track. I mean, you got Madison who's revealing her past on the ranch. Alright, you find out she's willing to do anything, and her mother and her father apparently weren't the best of best terms. Apparently, Daddy was violent, and Madison done what she had to. And I missed the part. I don't know if she killed him or she just beat him. I don't know, but she done whatever she can to for her family, and that says a lot about Madison. Even before then, she's willing to do whatever she feels is necessary for her family. So she goes and does what she needs to do. She goes and confronts Jeremiah. And Jeremiah apparently flaunts the fact of her killing her in front of her. And at the end of the episode, Nick shows up. And he starts talking smack to Nicky Boy. Okay, you want to talk smack to our boy. Basically calls him a mama's boy and says that Madison's got more guts than he does, and you thinking he's going to go on some nice little rant tearing down Nick. What happens? Nick blows his damn head off. I mean, bullet right between the eyes. Just kills him. Nicky kills Jeremiah. Good job, Nick. I'm so proud of you. You killed the guy that you found out was not a decent person whatsoever. Before or after the apocalypse. Mainly before, but okay, so you take in some people does not mean it justifies your sins of the past, and apparently you won't take in brown people. Shows you what racists get you. Well, you think that's the end of the episode? Nice little montage going with the music playing in the background. You thinking that's it? Well, they have Jeremiah's funeral. He's locked up in his casket. Madison decides to do the one thing I think really shows an epic twist in her character. When I said how far will she go, she delivers a gift to Taka in a backpack. Taka opens it up, looks in it, zips it back up, and you see the top of Jeremiah's head. Apparently, as sort of a peace offering, Madison brings Jeremiah's head to Taka. Episode ends. That's it. Until after the season break. So, with my nice little random spiel, what did you guys think of this episode? What do you think is going to happen after the mid-season break? Do you think the ranch is going to be back at peace? How do you think Madison handled Nick killing Jeremiah? How she handled it herself? How she handled it within the family? And how she's handling it within the ranch, especially with Jacob and Troy, and especially since Alicia and Jake are now an item. Well, not officially, but they're sleeping together and they're spending quality time together and they're worrying about each other when they go on these wild adventures. So, with that being said, post your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Do you think things are going to go remotely back to normal? Do you think the Indian Nation is going to join up with the ranch? And what's going to happen with Nick? What do you think? But if you like this video, give me a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe to my page. I realize that I've been a little flaky here lately, but other than doing YouTube videos, I do have a full-time job, so it's made it hard for me to post videos when I like, especially when my work schedule is conflicting. But here we go. Here's a video. Give me a like and give me a nice subscription. But this is Metatron Euro. You're watching Nephilim Entertainment, and for all you daydreamers and creators out there, keep your heads in the clouds. Peace.